$10:44:45 a.m. July 16, Thursday. I guess my mouth's getting a little bit better. I'm starting to eat more stuff, chewing on the other side, but I think it's getting better here. Can't really tell anything like this. Not real noticeable. Let's see now. CNBC stock market, Dow's up, Nasdaq's down, semiconductors are down, DRAMs are down. Dow's up 110. Bitcoin's down 199. Morgan Stanley's down 7.9. Financials, they went up pretty good the other day with their earnings. JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and Bank of America. Meta's down. Oh, Garmin's up here in Kansas City, south of me. Olathe here up 7.24. Huh? GPS Garmin. Well, I guess cell phones kind of made their GPS systems kind of, you don't need a separate one because you got a cell phone with all the same stuff, I guess. Like concentrating on boats and marine stuff or so. I don't know what they're doing now. Stocks up pretty good. West Texas crude's down 0.21%. Hear people's names from my grade school, whatever, high school, growing up, and there's nobody I went to grade school through high school with that has anything with me. I never had any business relationships. Never any buddies that I'm close friends with. Acquaintances. You know, when I was a realtor, the only guy I knew from grade through high school, you know, we weren't buddies or anything. I guess we go to the same church, maybe. And when I was had my real estate license, getting fucked around by Coldwell Banker and Reese Nichols, I called him up and asked him if I could go work at his company that his mom started, her own DRA, whatever, and he couldn't let me work there. And I was like, well, okay, whatever. I didn't really care that much, but it didn't help me out. I might have kept going in real estate, you know, if somebody just gave me a chance to, and yeah, I'd get 2 years in to be a broker. And then I'd be competition with them. They don't want that. They don't want people who are going to be their subordinates forever. Well, you see, that's why it's all bullshit, and I don't give a shit what the fuck they think. You know, I don't care. You know, one guy, I was a lawyer, I was referred to. We weren't really friends or anything. In fact, people said I was his competition starting in grade school. You know, they told me to call a lawyer with my legal issues. And I asked him, are you the same guy that went to South with me, Linwood? Yeah. Well, I've been getting thrown in jail for trespassing at these stockbrokers, fucking me up. Well, he doesn't think anything's wrong with that. And I was like, well, yeah. And then one time at a reunion when I went high school, him and another guy from the neighborhood were in the bathroom. One guy goes, you remember us? I said, yeah, I remember you. I didn't say you remember when, I was getting thrown in jail for shit, and you said on the phone as a lawyer that I was referred to call you, that you don't think anything's wrong with it. You remember that? I didn't say that, but I was like, oh, I remember you. Yeah. You think I'm some dumbass salesman who just fucking has greasy hair and fucking remembers everybody's name and fucking all their, I remember what I remember. And I'm a professional, and I don't just fucking play that game of remembering everybody's name and just smiling and having grease in my hair and fucking. Some people may be successful doing that for their education level. For my education level, I don't really feel that's part of my plan. I really want to remember. I don't care, And I mean, I guess I might buy something from somebody if they're all remember my name and slap my back and being nice and perfect, just retail sales. Like maybe I would buy something. I do. I guess I do buy something from people like that sometimes. But when I'm dealing with hedge fund license, real estate license, and professional companies, that's not the way I work. It works. It doesn't work that way. And anybody who's older than me who thinks that alone makes me they're inferior, well, and they want me to kiss their ass. Okay, well, they want me to. Yeah, they want everything. They want me to kiss their ass, want me to look up to them or whatever. But if they don't have my degrees or superior or equal or comparable, or you think I give a shit? I mean, I don't fucking. Why don't you go look be inferior to somebody who's simply older than you or taller than you, and nothing else, not degrees or it's just all ridiculous. And that's what the person living life with dad tried to set me up to do, or he told me things about people that were complete lies, lied about other people's degrees, education, called himself an identity thief, lookalike, murderer, self-proclaimed, and nobody around here gives a shit. Well, he said Purdue is a self-proclaimed top school. He was so fucking stupid and ridiculous. I couldn't believe it. And he was the president of the Kansas City Lawyers Association, Harvard Law School, and he I don't know what the fuck he did. He did things. He's like one time I asked one of his friends who went to Pennsylvania with him, or they went to high school together. This guy was a client, legal client, big family friend, business client relationship growing up. I said, "You go to University of Pennsylvania with Dad?" And he goes, "Yeah." I think he said they wouldn't even let me back on the campus. He goes, "You go to Purdue?" I said, "Yeah." Oh, he's talking about him some. He said all kinds of bullshit that fucking wasn't right and was just complete fucking gossip lies. I couldn't believe it. I never had anything with anybody, any of my classmates from high school, grade school. Never any formal, informal, formal agreements, business, jobs, nothing. Never expected anything from anybody like that or was involved with anything like that. Anybody who thinks that they're my boss or whatever, they got to rethink it, or else they got to start paying what I say. And they're not paying what I say because they don't make that much money. Asked one girl to marry me in grade school, so that lasts forever. And I guess it's sort of like I guess I had a crush on one girl right through school, high school, and I guess I joked that I would still be interested in marrying her, even though I probably haven't. Hey, I don't fucking think I've even fucking. She may have several girls who look like her or pretend to be her. I don't fucking know. Same thing with other people from high school. I don't know if they are the same person or somebody who looks like or whatever. Maybe they had people pretend to be them back in high school or grade school too. I don't know. Neighbors. I don't know what the fuck. I mean, I don't have anything. I can say hi and be friends and talk and say, but I'm not fucking anything with anybody. I had eight and a third % ownership of Video Corner through Dad. Came back Kansas City at Purdue. whole thing just turned to hell and shit. Just lies and bullshit, stupidness, and unbelievable. I made a mistake, but I went where my money was. I went where my money was, and didn't work. I was lied to and disrespected and misled. Whatever. Nothing works. Went where my money was, so I went to Merrill Lynch, Smith Barney, and Payne Weber, where Dad controlled it officially. Yeah, they owe me $1 trillion each for their punk ass bullshit. They're the ones who set Dad up and got him killed, and that lookalike stole his identity, and they let that guy steal his stockbroker accounts and let people go in there and get on his stockbroker accounts and use the margin to trade, and without his acknowledgement or I mean, I've heard all this shit. They set people up to get them killed. Coldwell Banker, fucking that gossip happened. They set me up and blindsided me, and gossip was somebody got set up and killed. Go to an appointment to do a listing and got killed. All that gossip's in my memory. Woolworths, that guy got killed, they said. The girl said, Candy Girl. I seen her a few times over the last 30, 40 years. I seen the Woolworths manager over at Meristar, that guy, Martin, whatever. That guy who was in the pets department, med school student. He was going to become a plastic surgeon because he figured that was going to be a big, profitable. He stole stuff from his pet department or store and he got shot and killed. That's what that girl, Candy Girl, said. I don't fucking know. I believe it's possibly true. I don't know. I believe it's also possibly true that they just set the guy up and killed him because they don't like him. Just said he was stealing shit. They said the same thing at Walmart one time. What? They said one of the managers took $20,000 home with him, and they went after him. One girl working in the bakery was eating a donut. She got fired immediately for eating one of the donuts. Of course, they told me nobody just walks in here and becomes a manager, and they were paying me minimum wage. I just went along with it for a while. Then the district manager comes in there and says, I'm the new district manager. I came here from Kmart. Kmart's going down, and Walmart's better, so I'm working here for Walmart now. He didn't start at the bottom of it. He just came in district manager day one. Now, see, I went to the store at Walmart just because I was desperate, opening a new Walmart in Shawnee, advertising. So I went over there and applied for a job. They said, "Do you want to do it?" I said, "Yeah, I'll do it." I wasn't talking to a guy that was going to hire a district manager. I was talking to a guy just hanging on, but fucking, I couldn't put up with it very long. I mean, I worked there for a while. I tell people, you lose weight. You want to lose weight, go work in retail, stand on your feet all day. You'll lose some weight. And then some cute girl, well, I looked at her because she was cute and she probably knew it. And then she was like saying, well, we got a job opening in Texas or something. And then she was comparing me to this other younger, shorter Mexican guy. I was just like, I'm not moving to Texas for a bullshit minimum wage job. I'll go to Arkansas headquarters for a real fucking, I'll consider that. But they never called me back on that. And they don't advertise jobs like that. He goes, none of these companies advertise for looking for a new chairman, top jobs. They just advertise on the internet, just low level jobs. If you walk in there, they'll tell you, well, we don't talk to you. You got to apply on the internet. Can't walk in here. We're going to call the cops on you. You can't get a hedge fund license unless you're sponsored and working for one of these companies according to rules. But the rules mean nothing half the time. So Merrill Lynch, Hammy Trillion, Charles Schwab, I'm open to a high level job. 10 figures. I might settle for less. I'm so desperate. It's all or nothing. Nothing's better than anything got good enough. It's about right. I either get 100% respect or I don't give a shit. It's Motivation 101. SEC, CNBC. I'll be on there. I'll work for my 10 figure a year, week. SEC, I'll be a policeman, dog for the security. I'll go after these punks with everything the fucking ever. That's what you're supposed to, that's what you guys do. That's what you're supposed to do. It's kind of like these policemen on these car chase on TV. It's like, hey, let this guy drive by. I don't really care. I don't want to risk getting injured. I don't want to risk anything. I don't fucking care that much. I mean, I'll just let him fucking, they don't want to mess with it. They'll let shit happen. Then if it gets real bad, okay, I guess I got to go do my job and do it. I'll be a chairman of the police. $1 million a week. Yeah, I know they don't pay that much. They don't advertise they pay that much. They're the ones who fucking goddamn executed throwing me in jail. They go along with these managers throwing me in jail because they're accomplices to the punk ass disrespect. And this, I'll let them pay me to be their boss. 10 figures a week. Who do you answer to, huh? Are you sure? Do you even know who you answer to? Do you know who they are? Are they telling you that? Do you know everything about them, their stats, their education, qualifications? Are they lying? There are 2 or 3 of them who look like each other, and you're answering to them. You don't even know who the fuck they are. Yeah. You know, one thing about pro real money, you got to be around people you know and trust, and it takes a lifetime. It can be erased in 5 seconds, can't it? You go around people you don't know, complete strangers, but if you got experience, you know this shit, and you don't know. If you don't got experience, you just gullible and believe everything people, I don't know. People have never been fucked over, tried to do anything, don't get it. They don't fucking, I don't fucking, you want to say I'm fucking in fucking something. I'm not in, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I'm not getting paid by anybody one-on-one. And I got 2 roommates now, and they're paying me one-on-one. Got my brother who I deal with one-on-one. One of my brothers, the other one fucking, I'm not quite sure what his fucking deal is. He fucking different fraternity. He's all about his fraternity. Talks about it. Well, maybe that's his reality. He wants to fuck me over. Well, I never fucked him over, but he's fucked me over. Law degree, lawyer, FBI. I really don't fucking goddamn trust him on anything. And he got me thrown in jail for making a threat against his children one time. That's a complete lie. I'll never forget that. And at Christmas dinner before his first daughter's wedding, he said he's going to stab me with a knife. I made a little joke about the wedding ring getting lost making a salad. Don't do that. My niece, like the mother did, lost her wedding ring one time making salad or potatoes or something. And I said, well, just make sure you don't do that. And then he got all pissed off, so he's going to stab me if he ever hears anything. He acts all huff and tough about if I don't want to ever hear what Purdue, but don't ever wear Purdue around me. I don't want to hear anything about Purdue and all this shit. Well, he's just acting tough in front of his family or what? That's how sick he is fucking. Purdue is full of shit, just like Oklahoma State, Shawnee Mission South, and everything. It's all full of shit. Everything's got full of crap and fraud, and I'll stick by that statement. That's the truth, reality. I was there, I know. I can say it because I was there, because I was part of it. I experienced it. People who weren't there, didn't do it, didn't experience. Well, I don't care what you think. You're inferior and you want to think I belong to you or you're my boss, you're fucking hilarious. I'll let you pay me what I say. But that's about it. Punks.